Welcome to the Beer Garden for an Irish edition of the Cheap Brew Review. And if you could use a beer right about now, do me a favor and click that subscribe button down below. We'll be good to go. Up this round in the Irish edition of the Brew Review is Harp Lager. Harp was born in 1960, if I Googled correctly, so it really hasn't been around terribly long. And I remember when I was in Ireland, I was taking a bus from Belfast to Dublin, and it drove right past the Harp Brewery in Dundalk. Well, they don't brew Harp in Dundalk anymore. They shut that brewery down, and then they brew it right where they brew Guinness in Dublin. And if you're new to the channel, I still have 2 viewers just pounding me for drinking the cheap brews out of the bottles and cans, and so that has inspired merch with the Cheap Brew Review glass. Very nice. And the newest edition of our merch. How about that? Moving up in the world. And so this pour is for the haters. Harp, 4.5% alcohol, described as a pale lager. All right, coming up in just a couple of minutes, I'm going to rank Harp Lager out of 5 stars, 5 being a very good Irish brew. But first, it's time for the liquid to hit the lips. Sláinte. I don't remember Harp tasting like this. What the brewers described as a continental lager, it does taste more of a standard European lager. I'm sad to say this is very unremarkable. I mean, it's a lager, it's crisp, it's clear. There we go with the lacing, it's pretty good, slopping it around inside the glass. And I almost hate to say that it kind of reminds me of a Miller. So far in the Irish edition of the Brew Review, between this and Smithwick, I'm going Smithwick 100%. Not that this is bad, but Harp is just, it's kind of unremarkable and it just tastes like a beer. And if you're looking for something authentically Irish, well, Harp is, but it just tastes like a beer. You ever think of Harp? It reminds me of my trip to Ireland. We were in Belfast, and we were supposed to take the train to Dublin, but there was a storm in the Irish Sea, and our ferry arrived late, and so we had to take a bus from Belfast to Dublin, and along that trip, it goes right through Dundalk, and the prominent building in Dundalk is the brewery at the time. They don't brew it in Dundalk anymore, they brew it in Dublin. So where am I going to rank Harp out of 5 stars, 5 being a very good Irish brew? I wish I could rank it a little bit higher, but just being totally honest, I can't. If you're looking for no bells or whistles or anything remotely Irish, go ahead and pick it up. I think you'd like it. But if you just gave this to me and didn't tell me it was Harp or it was an Irish beer, I wouldn't guess that at all. I think a 12-pack set me back about $14. So out of 5 stars, 5 being a very good Irish beer, I'm going to give it about a 2.175. I wish it could be better, but it just doesn't knock my socks off. So hey, if you haven't tapped that subscribe button, please do so down there. Also join our group on Facebook, Beer Snob's Cheap Brew Review. Also follow on Instagram and Twitter. Love to have you, even the haters, because the haters are fun to screw with. So hey, before you check out more of my videos here on a Beer Snob's Cheap Brew Review channel, I hope you enjoy your Irish day, and thanks for watching another Irish edition of the Brew Review. Sláinte.